Our next show.
Yes.
June 28th.
Shut up.
Back at Millersville. Spirit of the Ring.
Yes.
And it's gonna be.
And that's in collaboration with what is it?
Ricardo.
CWA.
Shout out Ricardo.
Yes. We are back with another super special guest. Today's guest is a professional wrestler out of Reading, Pennsylvania. He currently trains and wrestles primarily under Three Legacies Wrestling out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. He is one half of the tag team Super Generation. He is oh so fly. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Morales. Some of the people watching don't know, but you currently are sidelined right now with an injury. You just want to take us through that, like what event it happened, what exactly happened, and take us through that.
So that was on the April 13th 3LW Ascend show in Reading, Pennsylvania, in my hometown. Actually, yesterday was 2 months to the day that I'll be out currently. So, oh man, yeah. We had a match. It was me and Just Jay, Super Generation, against Junie Underwood and Ricky Price, Smash and Burn. And we went through the match. It was a crazy match, by the way. And Reading was such an awesome crowd. Like being in my hometown, like I knew that they would pull out and pop out like that. And man, like it was crazy. And we were going off. We were the main event. Like the match was going great. We got to the ending where I went up for my finishing move, which is a 450 off the top. And on impact, when I came down, my elbow popped out of socket. Oh, dude, it literally, I felt it. It was so weird. I literally felt it. I felt the pain. And like usually I could like hit it and I'll just be right there.
Sure.
For, the pin. But I literally like went to lift my arm and I couldn't. I could literally not pick it up. So
So you knew right away something was going on.
Yeah, I literally just laid right on top of him. 1, 2, 3. That was it. And then like I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know like to what extent.
Yeah.
Like so it was the end of the match. If you watch it on YouTube, you'll probably see. But I literally I laid back, just tired and in pain. I haven't even noticed how bad it was yet. And then like I finally looked down at my arm, and my arm's just like bent backwards.
Oh.
And I you could literally see me like, oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
And, so then, Mikey Austin, the ref. I love him to death. Shout out Mikey Austin.
Shout out Mikey Austin, yeah.
But he didn't notice it at first. I was like, my arm, dude. And he was like, what? I was like, dude, look at my arm. And he was like, oh my god. He gave a little signal that I was hurt. And,
is that like the med signal, like medical?
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
And,
I've seen that before, but.
Yeah, and everyone came in, or I forget who all was there. I know Jay. I think Naeem was there watching him on the TV.
Shout out Naeem too.
Shout out Naeem the Dream. And they came to roll me out, and literally on the first roll, I felt it pop right back in. And it was so funny because I was like, oh my god, everyone stop. And they're like, what? I was like, I literally just felt it pop back in. And Jay was like, well, you're still in pain? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, all right, well, we're going. So they just dragged me out of there.
Yeah.
But, man, as great of a show it was in Reading, that hurt.
Yeah, the hometown.
Yeah, I think the one thing that hurt the most, or the two things I'll say, was one, besides looking at Mikey Austin, the first person I looked up at, into the crowd when I got hurt was my mom.
Oh.
And she was right there looking me dead in my eyes.
That's tough, yeah.
And yeah, my dad was there too, but he was kind of to the right a little bit. But,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that hurt. And then obviously we won the match, which was great. And then obviously I didn't get that real moment though to stand up and have my hand raised.
Right.
And then we were walking out, and Jay was like, "Do you feel like you could bow right now at least?" And he was like, "You know what? Never mind." And I was like, "Jay, turn around." So we turned around. I at least was able. I wanted to make sure I got that in to let the people know that Reading really, you made me feel special, and that felt like my little WrestleMania moment.
Yeah.
For a little bit. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Right. And then how soon after did you go to the doctor right away, or how soon did you get that diagnosis? What was that? And then.
Yeah. So literally went back, and then within probably 10, 15 minutes, thankfully we were in Reading, so we just went right to my usual hospital. They got it checked out. They did X-rays, which was annoying because they didn't see all the stuff right away, which I'll get into.
Yeah.
But they didn't see everything right away. But anyway, they ended up doing what they did. They put a little splint on me for the night, and then I went home. The next day, I went back to Orthopedic Associates, and they told me that I probably had some partial torn ligaments. That was how it looked at the time. But I started physical therapy, so this is where it got so awful. So I started physical therapy, and then I was waiting this whole time while being in the splint, while doing physical therapy, for my insurance to get me my my MRI.
Right.
So this whole time I haven't got my MRI. I was almost out for a month doing physical therapy, getting better with it and everything.
Yeah.
Finally, I get my MRI. They do the whole scans, whatever. Doctor comes in and he straight up tells me that I tore the muscle and ligaments like clean off.
Wow.
So that I would have to get surgery. So
Yeah.
I did end up having to get surgery. I go back on next Thursday. So then I'll actually find out what all he did. But yeah, man. I was already out for almost a month, and now I'm out for. Now it's probably about a month, maybe a little longer. But when he came in, he was like, "Yeah, it's about like 6-8 weeks." So
yeah,
I remember, and my girlfriend was there. Shout out my girlfriend Nicole. She was there, and she's been with me the whole time through this and helped me through this whole thing. And I remember just going back like into the waiting room, and like I was just like full of tears. Yeah. And she just came over to me and hugged me, and I was like, "Dude, I just wish I got that MRI sooner." Like that was the only thing I was like so mad about. I wasn't mad about getting surgery. I was just mad that I was out already for so long.
Just kind of waiting.
Now you're telling me I have to get surgery.
Right.
At the same time, you know, I always have the mindset of, you know, God works in funny ways. So,
sure.
You know, maybe he did this for a reason. I don't know, but all I know is I'm definitely gonna come back and do my thing when the time's right. I'm in a brace right now, like. How we are just chilling right now, I don't have to wear a brace. But if you go out in like public, I have to wear like a brace.
Right, you don't bump it or anything like that. Yeah.
Oh, call me the freaking bionic elbow. That's what everyone's been calling me so far.
Yeah, I think I saw that thing. Were you wearing it at the last event? I think I saw that. I was like, man.
The Zembo Shrine.
How about the mental grind though? Because I know like physical therapy, and that's one thing.
I had that same like thought, honestly, in the beginning in my head of like, dude, like this is it. Like now I don't know. Like now I'm just scared.
Sure.
But then, like...
That's normal, yeah.
At the same time, like... When I got injured before, I didn't come to practice and to, like, shows as often as I do now to support. Because I really felt like I was just, like... At that time, I really felt like, man, like, I really think I might quit. And then I just had that thought, like, when I would come and I would slowly, like, go back and watch some of the things that I could do. And like hearing some of the things that people would say, and like I know what I am capable of. To throw that all away now, especially like so, like throughout my whole life, like we gonna get a little personal.
Yeah,
like, throughout my whole life, like high school, like middle school, like bro, I like threw that all the way.
Yeah.
Like I took middle school and high school like for granted. Like, and
me too.
And I regret it to this day.
Right.
To this day. Stay in school, kids. Stay in school. After high school, like that's when I regretted it. And then turned 21 years old. And obviously like before then, you know, you're young, you have fun, you party. Yeah. And I was into like drinking a little bit. I remember having my 21st birthday party, and I won't go too deep, but like, oh man, like after that night, like drinking just didn't hit anymore. Like, so now I barely do that at all. Yeah. Like, but yeah, and then
crazy time.
Yeah, and then a little bit after that, that's when I was already like a fan of wrestling, but that's when soon after that, I think we came to Broken Hearts Chapter 4, and that's when I wanted to come here. That's when I wanted to start wrestling. I was watching that show. I remember watching Montekia and Tarzan. And I just remember thinking like, dude, I feel like I can do this. They had a thing outside, and I was like, bro, because I watched that match, and I remember going out later in the night to the bathroom, and then they had, I think they had like a table of like snacks or something. I just remember seeing like on the bulletin board they had a poster of like, do you think you can be a wrestler? And I was like,
yeah,
bro.
Like,
yeah.
Actually, I'm glad you asked. Yeah,
Dude.
yeah.
And like, yeah, man. I remember telling my girlfriend, and she literally looked at me like,
You're crazy. Yeah.
you're crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, here we are about 2 years later, and I'm injured right now, but I love every minute, every second of what I'm doing. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah. Now, what was your debut event then?
My debut event, not counting like showcase matches.
Yeah.
I believe that was. Oh my gosh.
Looking for it on the posters
Yeah,
here.
I'm looking for it. It was the Love Hurts event.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And
So February last year? Or wait. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was against Kevin Murphy, actually. Shout out Kevin Murphy, even though you can be a bad guy sometimes.
Yeah.
But shout out Kevin Murphy because, I mean, I really wouldn't have been put on the map without Kevin Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
He took me in, took really good care of me. I love him to death.
Yeah.
And man,
Before that match, what were like your thoughts and feelings? Like you're about to debut, what are you thinking?
I mean, dude, I was full of the jitters, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were in the old Millersville.
Yep.
And like something about that place, just like the new place is better.
Yeah.
But something about that place just felt bigger.
I like that spot too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like it felt more like a real a stadium, like
sure.
arena.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like walking out there, like I remember, and I forget the one camera guy, Jose. Shout out Jose. I remember going back later, and he said, "Yeah, dude, like when you came out, you looked so nervous and so like,
yeah,
ooh, like what am I doing?"
That's probably hard to shield that, like protect your face.
I remember having to come out with like a smug look.
Yeah.
Because I remember he was talking his trash, and I just came out to save the guy that was in there.
Yeah.
And but before that, like I was all jitters and all that, and then obviously I came into that day thinking like, I'm not winning this match.
Right.
And then, we're talking it over, and Kevin's like, all right, man, so we're gonna do this. And I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
Am I hearing this correctly?
Right.
Like, I'm about to win my debut match. And like again, I can't thank him. Like I can't thank Jesus enough, like for the opportunity.
Of course, yeah.
That I have. Like, man, like this is just a surreal time to be living.
Yeah.
And that day, like I always look back and every time I see Kevin now, like even though he be doing bad things sometimes, but
yeah,
I still got to give him his respect because he's a good guy. He really is.
Yeah. And then after that match, like you're just taking it all in, or what are your kind of thoughts afterwards?
Oh my gosh. Like the jitters like slowly went away, but at the same time, like I was like,
yeah.
I remember going back and I was like, oh my gosh, I just debuted. Like that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Like that's the energy. Like that's the feeling that you live for. Like and that they always talk about. That
right.
feeling like of going out there and just feeling alive.
Yeah.
Like, I felt that.
The adrenaline.
Like, and it was so funny too, because no one knew me.
Yeah.
Like I remember going out there and literally like hearing someone go like, "Who are you?"
Oh.
And I was gonna say, but like I just tuned it out.
Yeah.
I was like, I know what I'm here to do. I know the job I'm supposed to do. I'm here to deliver. And
that's hilarious.
I think now I could say they know who I am.
How would you describe like your in-ring style for somebody that's never seen you actually perform?
Definitely, like, I mean, if you know Ricardo Rodriguez, like, I mean, I'm definitely like a lucha-based style.
Yeah.
Just without the mask, honestly. Like I've always been like an athlete growing up.
Sure.
And I've always done like soccer, basketball, track. I was a sprinter in track. I did a little bit of wrestling. Did a little bit of karate. So I've done all sorts of things. Trying to mesh that all into one.
Yeah.
And then he sees how I'm able to move.
Right.
So like he's just like, oh, "Do you want to try this? You want to try this?" And I'm just like, "No," because
Yeah.
most of it looks really scary. But then he gets me over the hump, and
yeah, it gives you that confidence.
And that's the best thing about pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Is that you really find out what you're capable of.
Sure.
Like, and I've talked about that with so many people, like Byron.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
shout out Byron.
Shout out Byron Simmons. I love you, Byron.
Got a million shout outs in here.
Man, like I remember talking to him in the beginning, and I was like, bro, because like if you look at Byron, you wouldn't expect him to be able to move.
Yeah.
The way he does. But he be moving in there.
Yeah.
He's a lot faster than you think.
Sure, right. Agile.
He's very agile.
Yeah.
And, I love watching him like just hit the ropes and everything. I'm like, dang, bro. Like,
yeah, he's like a kettlebell, but like he can
saying.
move too. Yeah.
But that's the grind he puts in here.
Yeah.
He's in here so often. And I love it. And like, oh, dude, it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, and then speaking about Ricardo a little bit, he seems like he's able to bring the most out of people. Like you said, he was kind of. Do you feel like he was able to kind of maximize, your potential, or
absolutely,
at least like
absolutely
dive into that?
I mean, bro, like he will literally break it into you that like you're able to do this.
Right.
It's all just a mental block.
Yeah.
Like you just got to get it out of your head. And literally once you get over that block, you start being able to get closer to it. So like I remember not being able to do the flip over the top rope to land on my feet.
Oh, right.
And it's just a mental block. It's just a mental block. And eventually you keep getting it. You keep getting there and then landing on your butt.
Yeah.
And you keep getting there and then almost there. And then you finally land it. And then you're able to do it clean and clean and clean. And it's just getting out of that. And he really does bring that out of everybody.
Yeah.
And obviously everyone's different. But I feel like he's very good at figuring out what helps people in what ways to make them be able to do what they can do, because I mean I've talked to a lot of people that have come outside and they say he's like, and obviously I agree, like he's one of the best coaches out there.
Yeah.
And like he could really coach anybody.
Yeah.
If you put that time in, like he could really coach you.
I want to reference and I'll bring up the clip on here too, but that you guys replicated the spot, 1997 Halloween Havoc, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero. Dude, that clip is amazing. I watched it like 30 times yesterday, today. I'm gonna pull it on there, but whose idea was that? I'm sure, was it his to do it? And then were you?
If a lot of the crazy clips of me doing most of the stuff in practice, it's probably his idea.
Yeah, and you say you can do it. Yeah.
I was gonna say he's deranged.
Yeah.
He either just wants to see me do good or he just wants to see me die.
Yeah. Were you nervous when he brought it up, or were you like, were you excited?
Absolutely.
Or? Yeah.
For me and for him. Because if you watch the video too, like he comes down with crazy force and torque.
Yeah.
And like it looked like he broke his neck.
Yeah. Yeah, good thing the mat was there, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at it like, dude, thank God the mat is there.
Yeah.
I'm like, they want to pull that out in a match sometime, and I'm just like,
yeah,
Lord. Like, that's where I'm praying to God that everyone comes out unscathed from that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we did it a few times that day. I remember going for it, and I kept they kept just trying to get me to land on my feet, just to get that feeling.
Right.
And then, like when we actually hit it, I just remember it was quiet, and then the whole room popped, and it was weird. It felt like I was in a show.
Yeah.
But it was like, oh, dude, I was like, dang, I really just hit that.
Yeah.
It must have looked pretty nice if everyone's popping.
You
know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I forget who said it, but it's the same. If you can make your friends pop, like you could probably make everyone else pop.
Yeah. Yeah, that was awesome. You're probably not used to necessarily like everybody watching, but probably when they heard you were going to do that spot, they're like, all right, we have to check this out.
I was going to say, everyone was quiet, everyone was watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. And shout out Tom Mitchell for
good bass for
being
you.
the best bass out there. I love working with Tom Mitchell. Like, we had a singles match, and me personally, like, that's probably my best singles match in terms of like going out there, telling the story how it was supposed to be told of like a bigger guy and a littler guy, and also just my in-ring work, and obviously his in-ring work is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But like, I just felt like that night I really shined. And I love tag team wrestling. I love wrestling with Jay, but I love having singles matches because you really get to show what all you're capable of. Yeah. And like obviously, you know, in tag matches you have those times where you could show it and then, you know, you tag out and you show what you're both capable of. But yeah, just getting that moment to really show what I'm capable of. And then doing it with Tom too was just amazing. And he really brings out the best out of you. So I definitely would say like that match right there was like a top for me. Yeah, that'd be insane if you guys bust that out in a match in the future. I'm sure that'd be great. The crowd would go insane. We'll see.
I'm sure. Tom. Eventually, but now your partner, Just Jay, you're part of a tag team, Super Generation. Now, when you guys first met, did you mesh, you know, pretty well right away? Was there some, you know, how'd that go when you first got put together? Yeah.
We did.
I saw the pod clip where he's like, "Oh, I hated him at first. I know what he means, but
because everyone was calling me J number 2, and then it was funny because then it was because everyone that would come in then that would be like athletic, we'd be like, "Oh, that's the next J. Oh, that's the next J."
Okay. It
was funny because it would get under his skin and be like, "Nah, man, like I'm me. Like,
I'm Jay." Yep.
And then like, but nah, at the beginning, like we definitely meshed well.
Sure.
But I definitely could tell there was that like competitiveness. Yeah. And I think that's what really brought us closer as teammates. Because he was actually my first ever real match, like showcase match ever. Yep. And yeah, I think that really showed the chemistry that we have together. Yeah. As well as the grittiness that we both have to go out there, even if it's against each other. Yeah. And man, shout out Just Jay. I can't wait to tag with you again.
Yeah, you guys both have a great style. Obviously, your chemistry is apparent. Like you're both athletic, but you have that intensity also, which is awesome to see. And then the name Super Generation, where did that come from?
That was all a Jay thing. I believe it was Jay. If you're watching this and I get it wrong, you can call me out. But I believe it was Super Generation like squad or something like that, and it was another tag team in Japan. I've watched them a little bit, and
What do you think separates you guys like individually? Like maybe some, not like what you're better than at each other necessarily, but like some strength of yours or his that are different.
I'd say, see for me like. It's hard. We grew up different.
Right.
I grew up doing sports. Like I've done all these kinds of sports, and he grew up doing no sports. I remember him faintly telling me actually the only running he's ever done was probably with a camera in his hands. Yeah. So let's say he grew up doing no sports, but he's a natural athlete. Right. Like he's just naturally athletic.
Smooth.
And you can tell like I keep telling him, like, dude, how have you not done sports?
Right.
Why haven't you done sports? Because you're athletic as... Yeah. Jay is just, like, a huge fan of, like, wrestling and the business. Yeah. And I'd say, like, the main differences would be, like, I can do, especially me being smaller, I could do more of the, like, athletic, agile things. Sure. Like going off the top rope, like doing the, springboards, the lucha stuff and all that. And Jay is a lot better with like the psychology and like definitely better on like the mat base, and like he definitely understands it a lot better than me. Yeah. And that like I always gotta give him, especially since he's a young cat too. Like I gotta make it clear, Just Jay is younger than me, people. Everyone thinks he's older.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everyone thinks he's older.
Oh, that's funny. And then you referenced it a little bit, the showcase match that you've had with him. I don't know how many you guys had together, but I had
I was gonna say, we've had 3.
A few, yeah.
Oh, jeez. I think we've had 3 showcase matches,
Mm-hmm.
1 match at 3LW,
Yep.
and 1 match at WDWA.
Yeah.
That was probably our best match right there at WDWA, and we just killed each other.
Yeah.
Like, I remember going back and, like, we just looked at each other like,
Yeah.
that was fun.
Yeah, I remember
was
that the 3LW second year anniversary show last September. Was that the first one in front of a big crowd that you guys had against each other? Yeah.
Yes.
So what's that like going against him compared to, you know, tagging together?
Honestly, like, it's one of those things where it's like the closer you are, the harder you're gonna go against each other.
Yeah.
So like we already and
It's like
again,
brothers, like real.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like you fight with your brother. Like
Yeah.
it's just gonna happen.
Yep.
So, like we knew going into this, especially knowing that we fought each other before, that we're gonna kill each other.
Yeah.
And these people are gonna think that we hate each other.
Right.
Then we're gonna shake hands afterwards and be like, oh yeah, well like we're still brothers out here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like.
I think you bring out like a little bit of a bad side of him, like a heel side of him. I feel like you bring
really,
that out of him a little
really
bit.
Do. Like that's what I'm saying. That's that competitiveness.
Yeah.
Like he won't admit it, man. Like he loves me, but then we go out there. I know what we're here to do, but I'm really better than you.
Yep.
I'm just like, man, you know.
Iron sharpens iron type thing.
That's exactly, bro. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm up for the challenge. I'm game.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your timeline right now? We talked about your recovery a little bit, but like the timeline as far as, you know, getting back there.
So I go back next Thursday for another checkup to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I'll be able to start doing strength training. So this whole time that I've been doing physical therapy, I've just been doing mobility and getting my full range of motion back.
Yeah.
I'm just now getting to the point where I could like almost straighten my arm.
Yeah.
Just about there. At the same time, it kind of sucks though because I found out that like I had like hyperextended elbows, and like not that it really like, you know, is gonna affect me in the long run.
Right.
But at the same time, I know like I probably lost a little mobility in my arm.
Right.
But we've been working on at least getting it back to getting straight, and yesterday was my last day until I see the doctor, and then I'm going back actually that same day to physical therapy. So depending on what he says, we'll go from there at physical therapy. Time-wise though, to be back, I mean, I'm hoping to be back by like August, September.
Right.
Like not only like do I support these guys and like this is my team, but like at the same time, like, you know, I may be injured.
Yeah.
But I know I got people, you know, like expecting to maybe see me, shake my hand,
Sure. Yeah.
get a picture,
And
I can't wait to be back and show that I ain't lose this, and
yeah.
and I still have that same love for pro wrestling that I've had, and I'm ready to get back in there and just get the house down,
Well,
lift it.
yeah.
That's what I'm ready to do.
Absolutely. What are some of your goals for once you're back? I know it's a little bit yet, but like individually as a team.
Definitely as a team.
I know there's some 3LW tag titles floating around somewhere,
Yeah.
probably around.
Yeah, there's a couple tag titles that,
Yeah.
that have been floating by us. Definitely the 3LW tag titles.
Yeah.
And maybe Super Gen can take those global. As a singles competitor,
Yeah.
I don't really have goals in the future per
Right.
se. Like I'm really just living in the moment. And obviously like I hope to, you know, go far and travel.
Yeah.
Do all these things, wrestle all these great people, learn all these great styles, and like take in everything that the business can give me.
Yeah.
One guy I really want to face, and I'm just gonna throw it out there, and I've thrown it out there already, is Super Sean Legacy.
Ooh.
Saying
Hear that, Sean?
I'm saying I've thrown it out there before.
Yeah.
He's acknowledged it actually, but it was just a little he liked your message.
Yeah.
But he acknowledged it. But I'll throw it out there again. That's one guy I definitely want to face.
Yeah.
In the near future.
What do you think of like John Cena's heel run so far, and just everything going on? R-Truth, Ron Killings. Do you think that was Triple H has said that that's a work, but I don't really. I'm not buying it, man.
I don't think it was a work.
I feel like they released him. They heard the fans, and they brought him. I don't like that he was like, "Are you enjoying the show?"
I definitely think Ron Killings was fired.
Yeah, we
Brought
demanded him back. Yeah.
By the fans.
Sure.
a shout out to the fans because
Yeah.
Ron Killings deserves to be on WWE TV. There's no reason why he should not be.
Yeah.
But to see him come back the way he did, like, fire on my heart. Like, oh man, like it made me think of like his old TNA run and everything.
And then him cutting the hair, that was
Oh
crazy.
my god, that was crazy.
I was like, he should have just lit a cigarette at that point too.
Like I've been out this whole time. All I've really been doing is, like coming to wrestling shows as much as I can, being with my girlfriend, or playing games, or going to the gym. And I remember I was literally playing the game. I had Raw on the side there, and I just hear him come out, and I was like, oh yeah, he's doing his thing. And then I was like, you think I'm a gimmick? And then I see him pull out the scissors. I literally took off the headset, dropped the controller, like that caught my attention.
Yeah.
That's why he deserves to be there.
That was amazing.
He can pull you in.
Yeah. Yeah, he was How do you think this story ends with Cena? Like, he talks about he's going to ruin wrestling, he's going to retire, take the title with him, or do you think he could apologize, turn face? Do you see that, like an apology tour from, September to whenever he retires, or you think he's just out of there?
It's hard to tell, because really with this whole heel run of his, it's kind of been unexpected.
Yeah, for sure. And he's getting cheered anyway. It's tough. Yeah.
He's still getting all the cheers, because, why wouldn't he be? He broke the record.
Sure.
It's the greatest champion of all time.
Yeah.
Like, it's right there.
Right.
So how could you not like it? But at the same time, like, dude, I really don't know. Obviously, I don't want him to ruin wrestling.
Right.
I love wrestling. Who to beat him? I'm not sure. I know he's facing
I think that's
CM Punk at what was that?
Night of Champions, I think.
Champions, yes.
Right, yeah.
So that'll be a good match.
Yeah.
Next show.
Yes.
June 28th.
Shout out.
Back at Millersville. Spirit of the Ring.
Yes.
And it's gonna be
And that's in collaboration with what is it? CZ or
Ricardo!
CWA, thank you.
Shout out Ricardo.
Yeah, so that's in collaboration with them. That's going to be awesome.
I'm upset as I won't be able to perform, especially in that show.
You're going to be there, I'm guessing.
I will be there.
Yeah.
It will be a great show, so pull up. Check me out on Instagram at AmoSoFly. Check me out on Facebook at AJ Morales. You can also find me on YouTube at AJ Morales. I don't have any postings yet, but I will soon.
Boom.
Boom.
There it is.
Get lifted.